So apparently my husband and I are doing a not so terrible job at raising these kids because people keep reaching out to us for parenting advice. So here's a list of the 10 most important things that we teach our children in no particular order. And I'm going to try to run through this quickly because I want to get it all done in one video. So I don't want to see y'all in the comments talking about, what about this? What about that? Of course, there's always an exception to every rule, but this is just a quick rundown. Number 1, the value of family. We tell our kids all the time, our family is a team. Everybody has a position to play, and the only way for the whole team to win is if everyone does their part. 2, responsibility. All of our kids have chores, down to the baby. Everyone has something that they are responsible for. The sooner you teach them responsibility, the more comfortable they're going to be with it as they get older. Number 3, accountability. If mommy asks who did it, I want you to speak up and say it was me. If I can trust you to speak up when you did something wrong, I can trust you no matter what. Respecting boundaries. If your brother says you cannot go in his room, you cannot go in his room. If he says you cannot play with his toy, you cannot play with his toy. Teaching them about boundaries early helps prevent them from going out and becoming bullies, abusers, and predators. 5, the value of hard work. If you want to succeed, if you want to be good at anything, you need to work hard at it. Nothing good comes fast or easy. It takes hard work and dedication. Number 6, effective communication, which is something that most adults don't even know. To be successful in this world, you need to know how to effectively get your point across. That means speaking to people's level of understanding. Which brings us to point 7, perspective. You need to understand that the way you see the world is not the only way there is. Everybody has different life experiences and everyone's going to have a different perspective. Just because you and someone else do not agree does not mean that they are wrong. Respect other people's perspective. Number 8, the power of knowledge. We made sure that all of our boys were reading before they started school. Your intelligence is something that no one can ever take away from you. The more you know, the further you'll go. And with that comes number 9, independent thinking. We tell our boys all the time, just because that's what mommy and daddy think does not necessarily mean that's what you have to think. We encourage them to ask questions. We encourage them to form their own opinions. That way we don't have to worry about them being followers. And last but not least, number 10, emotional intelligence. This is another area where most adults aren't even fully developed. Emotional intelligence means being able to understand, control, and properly communicate your emotions. Too many times people go off the rails because they allow their emotions to take control. Now, of course, as children, they're still learning emotional regulation, but this is where it starts. You don't wait until your child is 15 to tell them not to throw themselves on the floor when they're unhappy about something. Teach your children how to identify their emotions. Teach them how to express them in a way that other people are going to understand. It's not about not having emotions or suppressing your emotions. It's about learning how to effectively communicate them so that you're able to get your point across. As Black men in America, being emotionally volatile is not a luxury my children have. And of course, there are a lot of other things that we push and promote, but I would say that these 10 are the most important.